Supplement number 5. Doomtown is 200 miles due west of Sagebrush, and Joshua is due west of Doomtown. At 9 a.m., Mr. Archer leaves Sagebrush for Joshua. At 1 p.m., Mr. Sassoon leaves Doomtown for Joshua. If Mr. Sassoon travels at average speed of 20 miles per hour faster than Mr. Archer, and they each reach Joshua at 4 p.m., how fast is each other? Okay. Our first step in solving this type of problem, time, rate, distance, is to establish first the direction and location of the moving object. Of course, but before we proceed with the direction, we need to establish first the location of each of the object. Okay, start with the locations. Okay, okay. We have the Doomtown, which is 200 miles due west of Sagebrush, and Joshua is due west of Doomtown. Okay, so direction first. First, establish our direction. So our mnemonics for direction is what? The news. Yes, news, news. North, east, west, south. So Doomtown is 200 miles due west of Sagebrush. So we have our location, this Sagebrush, and Joshua is due west. So west, so west, Joshua is west. And the Doomstown is 200 miles due west of Sagebrush. Means from Sagebrush, 200 miles. So for example, based on this problem, can say that Doomtown is in the middle. Then the data of our Doomtown to Sagebrush is 200 miles. This is important. 200 miles. Okay, so we establish our location, Joshua, the Doomtown, and Sagebrush. Next is the direction. So we have time given at 9 a.m. Mr. Archer leaves for Joshua. For Joshua means Mr. Archer is from Sagebrush going to Joshua. Okay, so first, we have this is Mr. Sagebrush, Mr. Archer. So Mr. Archer leaves. So this is Mr. Archer, Mr. Archer. So at 9 a.m. So he leaves for Joshua. Okay, then at 1 p.m. Mr. Sassoon leaves Doomtown for Joshua. Okay, so Mr. Sassoon. So from Doomtown, so Mr. Sassoon. Mr. Sassoon. So leaves 1 p.m. 1 p.m. for Joshua again. So what it is with Joshua? Everybody's chasing him. Again, if Mr. Sassoon traveled at average speed of 20 miles per hour, then Mr. Archer, and they reach Joshua at 4 p.m. So so both of them reach same location as Joshua. At what time? 4. Yes, that is 4 p.m. So at 4 p.m., all of them meet. So time here is 4 p.m. Okay, so we establish our location. So the problem requires us to determine how fast Mr. Archer and Mr. Sassoon. Okay, let's review our statement before we proceed to the TRD box. Doomtown is 200 miles due west of Sagebrush. So we have Sagebrush that is 200 miles going to Doomtown. And Joshua is due west of Doomtown. So Doomtown going here is due west, going west. So here west. So from Doomtown. Okay. So already established now the moving object. Joshua, Mr. Archer leaves Sagebrush for Joshua. Okay, Mr. Archer at 9 a.m. leaves going to Joshua. Okay. So again, if we count uh, 9 to 4 p.m., how many hours is this one? So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 hours. 7 hours. If we're going to count how many hours did Mr. Archer consume from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., that is 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 7 hours. 7 hours. How about Mr. Archer? 2, 3, 4. So 3 hours. So 3 hours. Okay. So how about the speed or the change of time? So Mr. Sassoon traveled at average speed of 20 miles faster than Mr. Archer. If we assume Mr. Archer's speed is x, we can say that the speed of Mr. Sassoon is x plus 20 in terms of miles. Okay, so if Mr. Archer is the speed, if we assume the speed of Mr. Archer is, or the rate of change of Mr. Archer is x, and therefore Mr. Sassoon rate of change is x plus 20. Okay, so we'll put it on our TRD box. We'll get our TRD box now. Uh, so our TRD box, as usual, we need to fill out our box. Okay, so we have Mr. Archer and Mr. Sassoon. Okay, how about our time? So if we counted the time from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the time of Mr. Archer is he consumed 7 hours. Okay, how about Mr. Sassoon? He consumed from 1 p.m. to 4 hours, 3 hours. So the rate of change, if we let, again, if we let the rate of change of Mr. Archer is x, therefore Mr. Sassoon is x plus 20. Okay, since he leave later and he maintain a speed of 20 miles per hour faster than Mr. Archer. So we can say, we can write here, we let x be the speed of Mr. Archer and Mr. Sassoon is traveling at 20 miles per hour faster than Mr. Archer. So that is x plus 20. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so applying the time times rate is equal to distance. This will become 7x, then 3 times the quantity of x plus 20. Okay, so we'll write the equation. From the equation, of course, they have an what? Oh, yes. They have an equal what? Yes, they have an equal distance. Yes, they are moving in equal distance, but you, of course, this distance that we are talking about is this is the D1 and this is the D2, and D2 is given. The total distance does not change. Yes. Okay, if you can see, we already have a 200 miles given. So if we establish our equation, that would be D1 is equal to D2 plus 200 miles. Yes. So that is the total distance. Okay, if we write our actual equation of the based on our TRD box, it will become 7x is equal to the Mr. Sassoon 3 times x plus quantity to x plus 20 plus the 200 miles. Okay, so don't forget the 200 miles. Okay, so we apply 7x is equal to 3x plus 6, that is 60 plus 200. Okay, so now we transpose 3x to the other side, it will become 4x. Then 200 plus 60, that is 260. Therefore, our x is equal to 260 over 4. That will become, yes, 65. So what is our unit here? The given is it should be in a line. If this is mile per hour, this should be in mile. And this should be time in hour. Okay? So the unit of our rate is mile per hour. So mile per hour. So how about the distance? But wait, how fast is each other? So the rate. Okay? So we are tasked to determine the rate. Yes. So what is a rate of Mr. Archer? So x. So therefore, x is the speed of Mr. Archer. How about Mr. Sassoon? So therefore, Mr. Sassoon is x plus 20. That will become 65 plus 20. That is 85. 85 mile per hour. So that is the speed of this is the speed of Mr. Archer. So Mr. Archer's speed going to Joshua is at 65 mile per hour, and the speed of Mr. Sassoon going to Joshua, they will meet at 4 p.m. is going to at 85 mile per hour. So this is our answer. If we're going to try to check if our solution is correct, let's substitute back the answer, the x, to our equation here and here. Then you can have a equal equation. So both side is at, okay, here 7 times x, that would be 455. 455. Here 3 times x plus 20, 3 times x, 65 times 3, 18195, 255 plus 200. Okay, so 455. So we have a balanced equation. So we can assume that our answer is correct. Okay, so moving on to our next sample problem.